can you get Israeli citizenship based on marriage? Hi, my name is Joshua Pex. I'm an Israeli immigration lawyer. In this video, we're going to talk about the process of getting Israeli citizenship through marriage. So first of all, we have two situations. Either you're married to an Israeli citizen or permanent resident, or you're married to someone who's Jewish or eligible for the law of return that is outside of Israel. So let's talk about first the law of return a little bit. So you're outside of Israel, married to someone who is not yet Israeli, but because they're Jewish or eligible to come to Israel and receive Israeli citizenship through the law of return, you also are able to come together with them and through the marriage receive Israeli citizenship from day one according to the law of return as a Aliyah. So this is the first situation, and this is by far the easiest way to get Israeli citizenship through marriage. But what happens if you're not an Israeli, not eligible according to the law of return to make Aliyah, but you're married to an Israeli citizen or permanent resident? Also in this case, you're eligible for Israeli citizenship, but this is through Section 7 of the law of citizenship and Israeli nationality, not according to the Aliyah, but according to the law of citizenship. And this process is a little bit more complicated, maybe even much more complicated, because instead of getting Israeli citizenship automatically, you need to go through what is called the gradual process. And this is a process of 5 and even sometimes 7 years. You go through the Israeli immigration authority called Misrad HaPnim. And in this process, at the end of the process, you can get Israeli citizenship, but it takes time. And the Israeli immigration authority will scrutinize this relationship. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the first step is collecting documents and submitting them online to the Israeli immigration authorities. What kind of documents? We're talking about documents such as photocopies of passports, birth certificates, marriage certificates, background checks from the police. If you're American, FBI background check to show that you don't have a criminal record. And then also, secondly, documents that show the relationship. Basically, what the immigration authority wants to see is that we're talking about a genuine and authentic relationship. Their first concern is that maybe this relationship is fictitious, done in order to immigrate to Israel. So they want to see all kinds of photos together, letters from family and friends, stuff like paying bills together, rental agreements, and there's a whole list of documents showing that the couple is really a genuine couple. Then the Israeli also needs to bring documents that shows that he has a job, where he lives, and if there's children from previous relationships, there's a lot of documents, but all these are submitted online, and then the couple will be asked to interview. In this interview, which is usually separate, the immigration clerks will ask questions to determine the authenticity of the relationship. There's a whole list of questions that we also published elsewhere of commonly asked questions that you can understand. Basically, usually it's pretty simple questions, but sometimes they will also go into issues that only the couple will know about each other. So they're trying to determine that this is a real relationship. If approved, the first step of the gradual process is for the foreigner getting usually a B1 work visa. After half a year, if the couple is married, they will get Israeli temporary residency. It's called the A5 visa. And after 5 years, then you can apply as a foreigner for Israeli citizenship based on marriage. Now, everything we've talked about now is for a couple that are married and the Israeli spouse is an Israeli citizen. But the Israeli Supreme Court has expanded Section 7 of the Law of Citizenship, also for what is called common law marriages. So these are couples that are living together but are not officially married. It was also expanded for a marriage between a foreigner and an Israeli permanent resident. So if you're in a common law relationship marriage, so you're not legally married, the process will just take longer. If also the Israeli is not a citizen but a permanent resident, then the foreigner at the end of the process can only get themselves permanent residence as well, not Israeli citizenship. So maybe you've been listening to this video and everything seems a bit complicated to you. Well, the good news is that there are many, thousands of couples that go through this process every year, and the Israeli Supreme Court, the High Court of Justice in Israel, determined that the right of an Israeli to marry or be in a relationship with a foreigner and live with them together in Israel is a constitutional right. So the law is on your side. Many other people are going, there's about 3,000 other couples going through this process every year. So you can also do it. Obviously, if you run into trouble or you know that in advance that there will be trouble, because in cases that there was previous illegal issues of immigration to Israel or a criminal background, or there's special cases where the couple is maybe not always together or the center of life is not in Israel, all kinds of problems can arise. Here at our law firm, we have dealt over the past almost 20 years with many, many such cases, and really most of the time successfully. So please contact us regarding any question. We're very happy to answer.